There we go. Emma, who hasn't been able to join us, she's a caterer, but she's been watching these recordings and she says it's very helpful. So she's kind of our first all virtual student.
Wow.
Hi, Emma, on the recording. Yes, I'm getting pretty close to done in a way. Like I don't, how much more information do I need? I think her ankles shouldn't be so bright, the brighter the page, because I know she's wearing white socks, but it's distractingly bright. And so it's her whole neck down there. Okay.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes, please.
What is this instrument for?
Let me come look.
This. What is this?
Oh, okay. Hold it up. Well, actually, I can hold up mine. That is a good question, and I'm gonna I'll grab mine. It is something that I am hoping. Now I'm gonna come back to the screen share. I'm hoping we'll use. Let's see. Now I don't see it. It blocks. So it's a good time to ask that question because it's a mask. And what that means found it. So the way you could use this is if you knew once you made your drawing where you want the light, you could block out the light. So I might try to use, I put it on the materials list kind of to try to push myself to play with it because it just never comes naturally. But just how many other people have this in their kit and how many other people know what they want to do with it? The masking.
I don't have it.
Masking fluid. I don't even know what to do with it.
I haven't even opened it yet.
Okay. Is there anybody who's used it and enjoyed using it?
I've used it limited amounts just for stems and things. It helps block out things that you really want to keep white, especially if you've got some really light foreground stems and a background that you want to just kind of brush over.
Oh, okay.
I put it on the list because I want to find ways to use it, and sometimes I feel like it can really help. Once we've got a bit of a drawing, and we know where there's certain things that we want bright, maybe even the highlight of an eye if we're really up close, or the light parts of a figure, that we could put that on, and no matter what kind of mess we make on the page, those things will stay light.
Yeah. What's it called again?
It's, I think you might have one.
I don't.
You got a kit, right, Izzy?
I didn't, but I think we use it in white line printing, and it keeps it white.
Yeah.
If there's something you want to keep white or no paint, you put it on.
That's it. And then it can peel off later when you're done.
It off.
And
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Sorry it took so long to answer. It's like a glue. You cover up the white and then you can paint on top of it and then you can peel away your mask.
Yeah.
And
you use it in white line printing. That's the only time I've used it, but it would be good here.
Yeah, and I just like I feel like as I said as watercolorists, but I feel like, oh no, we're not watercolorists here. We're just but using watercolor, you get so used to trying to think ahead about saving the white of the page. Anyway, that you automatically do that, but this is for thinking ahead for you. Where do you want the whites? And you can use this to save the white of the page. And I'm really curious to see how we might, I'm just going to put some up here as a test to, let's see, one of the nose and a bit of, is there, on top of the nose and some cheekbone. I'm gonna let that dry. Okay, so add a little bit more. And then I'll come and see how you're doing if you're doing something else altogether and more interest.
Oh.
I guess I've lost her arm. Like, just a little bit of pinky up around here. So what's happening to her sleeve? I need more pink on the brush. Sleeve there.
What do we have? What do we have? That's a very dirty rug.
There, and maybe I could get a little pinker now, just a little bit. I want to keep it very light. The pink shirt. And what happened to her arm? I guess it's over here somewhere. I'm sort of afraid to put it in because then I'm afraid it'll mush with everything else, but that's okay. It does mush with everything else. And her handbag is dark. Oh, it's not that dark, but I want it to be darker than her arm. Casting a shadow. Okay, put in her arm. Don't be afraid of the mush. I guess her pant leg is looking a little bit like I've overdone the light to dark thing, especially since they're both far from the light source, the light and the dark. And oh, I should get this bit of white here. That's really distracting to me because there's no light there. So I do want to cover that up. Okay, now it just looks like a stream. That's okay. Maybe I'll go, I forgot. I can't even see this sort of dark panel back there. Maybe I just made it look like she's got a bald spot up there. Try to go even darker on the dark side of her head. Maybe now he pushes too bright light. So then that's what I've got for her. I'm really interested to know if that was helpful at all.
Yes.
And oh, good. Okay. How's it going? Does everybody, and I don't know how wet your paper, but do you want to just hold up something like everybody all at once so that we could just have a, oh, look at all those figures.
I have a
Wow.
hunchback.
Wonderful.
Oh, wow.
I like looking at them all together. Yeah. Got it, Gail. Now I can see it. Dee Dee, did you catch a drip?
Yes.
Good.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Hold them up because Izzy missed it. Keep holding them up, everybody. Thanks. Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, will you keep holding them up? Can I screenshot it just for fun? It's in process, but it's so cool.
Oh, Gail, that's good.
Oh, yeah. Oh, these are so great.
It is.
Okay.
I love how everybody's, they're so loose and light and beautiful.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised. Like, how do you keep it so loose and light when I'm here? Like, now measured. Anyway, I won't. I am gonna. Let's see. More drawing. 10:03. I wanted us to do another drawing before 10:15 when I will walk around the block. I'm attempting to scooch her here. I would like to talk about some more figures. We tried them. Do they seem too much the same? Or let's try two. Let's try these two. Oh, but meanwhile, I have, well, it's still wet, my little Masket Frisket pen. Actually, I think it's okay. I'm gonna put some color in here. So, so wet. I'm not usually so wet.
Are you painting the second one now?
No, well, I was gonna, but I wanted to play, this is something, I put Brisket down at where I thought a forehead, an imaginary forehead, imaginary nose, imaginary light of the cheeks, might be on a little imaginary head to see like what would happen with, with this Brisket. So and then we can wait for it to dry and cool off and sort of see. So, but now, yes, I wanted to draw the two figures. It's funny, I just, maybe for figures, because I'm drawing first, I don't like the watercolor paper. I feel like it makes me a little uptight. Whereas, stick with it, great. Because it makes me feel sort of uptight. So I've got my fingers here. Yeah, shouldn't stick in that. I like the painting there. So, and that's going to scale these figures down, 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 down. Because if I've got this whole painting in there, we can see that they're, if we divide the picture into quadrants, they're a small part of it. Oh, thank you. So that's the actual picture itself in quadrants. And then the young women, I'm looking for their, like, where is their weight? It looks easier. What do you think? Where is like this sort of center, her center of gravity?
They're both weighted on the back foot.
All right, thank you. And like right through the heel?
Yeah.
Like,
The one to the left is a little bit more on the ball.
yeah, she does. What do you think about these guys? Would you move the plumb lines to the left or right? And there's no correct answer in my opinion, because I don't know.
Figure on the left, I'd move it a little to the left.
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 I'm sorry, on the right, I'd move it a little to the left.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
kind of back of her knee.
Uh-huh, that makes sense. So like, does that look right? Or what you're thinking if you could move the line?
And same with the figure on the left, I think a little more to the right.
Right at the end of her heel.
Yeah,
Um,
a little more to the left. There. Like,
One of the things I found in the last one and this one too, in trying to get the distances and proportions, all of the horizontal lines behind them.
Yeah.
Really, so like it goes from knee to, butt, and even where the floor patterns cross. And it helped me, the other one, trying to, for the body proportions, that frame behind them, everything, it just helped with the distance, because it was easier to do that than to try to assume what the figure looked like.
Mary Ann, I'm so glad you pointed that out because, yes, because that's often what I am doing. I look for places in the room, objects to relate to, and that to relate the figure to, and that can be. It's so helpful, right? If you just know, oh wait, her head's above that frame, or
Right. Their pockets, their back pockets are along the molding. Their knees are just below the molding, the floor molding.
I'm inclined to straighten the pictures out, but I wonder, and maybe even did you keep this at an angle, or are people inclined to straighten it out?
I'd keep the angle, but
Yeah, me too.
hmm.
Straightening it out would make it a little crazy making. Let's see. And then but I wouldn't keep, I think the photo has distorted the pictures, like on the wall. So
yeah,
would you be inclined, it's not, just to keep, I'm gonna get rid of that, to actually have the frames a little bit, if anything, going in the same direction as the floor,
Yes.
not the.
I'd straighten the verticals, but I'd leave the angle because they speak more to the wall receding.
Thank you. That straightening the verticals, you can always, it's always true, right? They're always, the verticals are always vertical, no matter what the camera says, or at least maybe it's not always a, but in general, if you're drawing a museum interior, you're like vertical. Not that that's very well. Okay, so now I've divided these guys all up. We found, hopefully the lines aren't too distracting. Let me know if you'd like me to get rid of the lines. And again, okay, the blue ones are to divide up the full composition, because I wanted to make sure that, like, how could I get the, oh look, I think that's another, I wonder who that is, if it's like Bouguereau or David. I wanted to get the painting in, and it looks like the painting's smack in the center of the composition, but it doesn't look like it's in the center of the composition, which is cool, I think. And, whoa, the girls are to the left of the whole composition. And of course you can move this around. One thing, I often will take a lot of pictures and then move the figures where I want them to be. So let's see, what are a few figures? Oh, and I guess also just demonstrate, how would I do this if I weren't drawing so carefully? Yeah.
Ah,
Revelation?
Brush.
I'm a big advocate to moving on to something else, like in the picture. So if you get frustrated, you can say, okay, well, I'm going to paint the gold of that frame. And I think I'll do that now. Even though it's not particularly bright like that, but still, that's okay. I can kind of, and maybe I'll, gosh, got the floor down there somewhere. And the reddish wall, brownish, I guess. Oh. Oops, so her face is over a little bit farther. So I'm gonna go with, see if I can work out the shape of girl on the left, her hair. Well, I guess I'm drawing with this. Her little head over there. Oh, but her head, girl on the right, her head is taller than the girl on the left, which I didn't realize until right now. And do we find this? So if there's that, her hips are kind of there, a little lower, and here. That's the center of her. Is that right? Anyway. Center is right here. So. White and black clothes aren't super helpful. Although I guess they'll stand out against everything else. I'm trying to think, well, what if I had just a few minutes and I wanted to finish this up? What would I, ooh, me and that blue. All right, I'm gonna stop in 2 minutes and then look at what you guys are up to. Oh, her hips is a funny, it's like they're almost straight across. I guess not. It's funny, up there it looks like they could, oh, I'm standing. So when I put all my weight on my left foot and I gently bend my right knee the way hers is, the figure on the right, and I turn it sideways, I think those hips have to be going like this because it's the way it's up on that straight leg. I don't know, but are they? Seems like they have to be. Oopsie. No. Just a little bit, going a little bit down. All right, it looks to me like not going up, going this way. So I'll take my dark. And I find the pleasure in this thinking about it, like that her shoulders, I definitely see her shoulders going like that. But thinking about, well, what direction, where are her hips in relationship to each other? Maybe it's doing more like that it is contrapposto, going 2 different directions, and that she looks like she is too. Hips there, shoulders just a little bit, maybe not. Maybe I'm hunting for that, like, but and dark hair. You don't really look like people. Their little hands. I don't think they're holding hands. I think they're just holding phones, but it's just sweet proximity. Oh, I could take out some color where I got the tip wrong and maybe paint around it really quickly with more reddy brown. And the black thing. I love the 2 heads together at the museum. I put the sort of black molding, and then, oh, I guess I try to do their feet because that usually really helps. The black molding, which really is brown, and okay, a little bit more. Of another frame there and another frame there, and feet. I guess I was intimidated. I am intimidated by her white sneakers. And gosh, I can barely even see anything. The sneakers. Oops. These little blocks on their poor feet. And the paint around them, even though the paint around my little blocks that don't just look like So I feel like I kind of, I don't have much here at all that works. Just a little something though. They sort of look like people because of their heads. And even though I've done kind of terrible things to their legs, they look like something. I'd like to see what you guys have worked on before I go for a little walk. How goes it with these figures? Oh, they look wonderful.
It's draw into watercolor.
Oops.
Kind of wet.
Yeah, you're brave for holding them up, the wet pictures. I'm gonna go around, but quick, just so we can have a close-up look. But I'll keep moving around even if you're talking. I want everybody to
How
see.
good that is.
Yeah, I'm gonna come over to Izzy next.
Oh, I did my flower.
Okay.
I don't love people.
Oh, wonderful.
Ooh.
Okay, I'm gonna go to Chris next. I'm just gonna zoom around really fast.
I didn't get into the color yet.
Can you pull it back a tiny bit, Chris? Because you got their legs.
You
Good
got
job.
their leg. I had trouble with that.
Now I'm coming to you, Susan.
Mm.
Nice job. And
Oh, you got it.
yeah. Sherry, what about you?
I just did the drawing so far.
Good
Yeah,
work
but you
with
got the
drawing.
shape.
Yeah.
Good,
Good.
thank you.
And then Jane, let's have I like looking close up. You've got the drawing too. So sensitively. Gail, will you hold yours up? There they are, nice and close since it's so.
That's good.
Yeah, thanks.
Good.
Barbara, what about you?
Didn't really get it.
But they're figures. I see people.
There are people, but they're not quite there. I got to go back and do the lines. I got into your painting stuff, and her
That's really.
dress and her hair were all the same. So
How is it going for you?
I'm just trying to work on the drawing. I just didn't get it very well at all. Just trying to find their shape and their stance.
yeah,
It's hard. It's a
It's
challenge.
challenging.
Yeah. Sam, how about you? There they are with their blue pants and their little heads.
you got the stance.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like the simplicity.
Yeah, but the simplicity, you got the right shapes.
For some reason, I'm inclined to say maybe you should even stop there because,
That's enough.
yeah, like and
Great.
it makes me want to pull up other people whose names I can't cut. But yeah, you could just stop there and start another one unless you want to keep going. Susan Hanflick.
I had a lot of trouble getting the proportions right. So I kind of feel like I didn't get them as much as I got the background stuff better.
Okay, but that works for me.
I'd like to do them.
Okay. All right. I am going to take a little break. I will screen share and I'm going to stop this just so my camera battery doesn't die. Would you like me to leave some things up and let's see, what do I think I should leave up?
I'd like to work museum girls a little more.
Okay, I'll leave them up. Would you like me to remove some of these lines?
No.
No.
No, I want to take another shot at it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Would you like any other museum figures? Where are you? They're hiding because I have a lot. Sorry, let's see. Let's just hunt around. Oh, where did you go, museum figures? Watercolor class 10-8. I have some other figures, like I have her. I'll leave her up too. Okay, and then I'll come back and then we will talk about more things. Like possibly, I keep wanting to say Jane Peterson when I mean Diane, not Arbus, Diana Armfeld. Okay, I will take a little break.
See ya.
Bye.
Enjoy.
Hey, Barbara, this is Sue.
Hi, Sue.
Could you do me a favor?
Yeah.
I'm going to have to go.
Okay.
But would you thank Margaret for me and great class?
I will. Thanks, Sue. Have a good day.
Yep, bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, Sue.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, this is hard. Figures are hard.
Yes.
Very.
Ugh.
Having that line, her line helps.
Yeah, it does help.
Ah, that's really,
I'm not getting it, but it helps.
no, it does help.
I'm back. What's working?
Oh, Sue P said to say goodbye and thank you.
Goodbye, Sue.
You
Does
had
she
to
have to
leave.
go for something good or something bad?
Probably good.
Okay, I'll take that. How's everybody doing?
Only a little bit more done because I took a break too.
I think that's a good idea. There's only so long if we're staring at the screen. Is anybody finding something that's working very well for them?
Those lines help.
Yeah, I agree.
Izzy, are you showing us?
Yeah, I am. I'm showing you a,
You're doing the figures even though you don't like figures. Yay.
oh, I'm a good girl. Yeah, that's the girl.
That's a really neat picture too.
I really liked it. Yeah,
I mean,
thought
a
it was,
neat drawing.
yeah. Draw. It's painting her. I don't think I don't know what to do, but I'll do that. I'll do something. Then I worked on my flowers some more. I messed it up.
Bless you.
On this one, I just didn't like it. I didn't want to show it off.
Really?
The two figures,
Yeah.
I did do it, but I didn't love it. The mess. I like the first one. That came out pretty well.
I like them. I like them both, but I think I just like the act of sketching that you made that sketch of those two figures together, and I can tell it's two people, and you
Yep.
know they're in front of a painting. Maybe I like I like it. I like the process. I'm having seen your single blue girl. I'm thinking, oh, I could talk about painting the blue girl, but maybe we should. Let's see. I'll go back to screen share so everybody could see what they were seeing if they were seeing it before.
Did you get my email about Lisa Goddard's drawing sketchbook?
Yes.
Okay.
Now everybody has to look at email with me.
Get it. Don't worry about it. But just
Okay.
someday you might want to pull it out.
Yeah, I'm afraid to log into Facebook just because I don't usually. But
Oh, I don't do Facebook either, but it came on Facebook.
oh,
and
maybe I don't have to log in to see it. Let's
you
try
may
it.
not. I don't know. No.
You know,
He's unbelievable. I don't know where I
But it-
find her in
But
Instagram.
I will share some other things. I was looking for, so this is by my friend Elizabeth, and I'm sorry if you're still,
That's good.
isn't that nice? So I love her style. And funny. So first, maybe not that funny, but last night I was looking for pictures that we might want to draw from, and somehow my phone pulled up these pictures from a trip to Paris with Elizabeth. And then also when I was looking, thank you, on the blog, I found this is from that same trip. And so this is Shakespeare and Company Bookstore, which is right around the corner from Notre Dame. And so this was upstairs in the bookstore. If you can see how the figure is a bunch of shapes.
Yeah.
I didn't even try to talk about it, but the shape of the hair, a little bit of the face, sort of axes of the torso, hips, legs.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought we could, and they're mine, so much more clunky, but
Those don't clunky. Those other.
and I don't mean to give myself a hard time. I always tell you all, don't speak about yourself the way you wouldn't say it to someone else, don't say it to yourself, but so it's more figures. Oh, and we were in this wonderful, we walked into a church and we heard the most beautiful concert, and
Oh, that's beautiful.
Wow, look at that one.
that dress and whatchamacallit, what is it, the big instrument?
Oboe.
The bass.
Fiddle.
Organ? Oh, cello.
No, it's a bass.
It's a bass fiddle.
It was big, really, really big. Let's see, and there she is. Yeah, so Elizabeth was kind of working with that figure, the woman's figure against the bass. She just kept drawing it, trying to sort out what it was like. Down here are some other, I think that's a picture of me, actually.
Wow.
And me working out different things. Oh, so there's another, maybe, I don't know, the lady with the dress and the bass, but it looks like that guy's kind of playing it or something. Another church. So these, I just wanted to show them as sketches of people.
Mm-hmm.
And loose, and she's sort of sorting out where the pieces go and then finding detail later, or maybe not finding anything at all, like except the weight of the figure and that shoe. And this is a rolling suitcase. So,
What they're doing.
okay, I'm gonna leave. Oh, there's a nice little figure.
That interior is gorgeous.
Isn't it? She did that at my dad's house.
Really making on a sketchbook. I don't have a sketchbook. I just have watercolor pages.
Oh, Izzy, can we convert you?
Yes, I think so. I have a sketchbook, and but I didn't like it enough to use it for this time, but maybe I'm gonna pull it out.
I'm very fond of sketchbooks. The other thing that I stumbled on when I was looking for Elizabeth's drawings, let's see, I was over here. Oh, well, is she had linked to the Society of Illustrators, where when she was in New York, she would try to go their sketch nights. But now they have an online, I guess September, but perhaps they have online sketch nights that are still going.
You've converted me. Actually, I'm pretty, it's not so bad.
The sketchbook?
sketchbook isn't so bad. Look.
Oh, you have like the sketches in your sketchbook? Oh,
Yeah.
look at that. It's
Why
wonderful.
Why didn't I pull it out? I don't,
It's really pretty, Izzy.
yeah. I did
Chrissy, the first time I saw a really good watercolor was you were sitting on Izzy's porch in Maine.
Oh,
And Izzy's,
I got so enthralled with you just sketching from Izzy's porch in Maine. I thought, oh, I want to do watercolor.
was this cat, who, me? Or
Chrissy,
no,
Chrissy.
remember when I went up to
Watercolor.
the
She's really good at sketching.
well,
yes.
Chrissy, do you think you could lay your hands on any of those sketchbooks?
Oh, they were
well,
so
I'll put up what I just did that, but maybe.
Ooh,
I don't know.
I'm coming.
Yeah, I'm just,
Can we see it again? I only just got here, so to speak, in the picture.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
okay, I didn't quite finish. It doesn't look as good. Looks better close up.
No, I like you got the shape right. That's so hard for me.
When I look at it like that, I see all the stuff I need to do yet.
That's good.
Learning.
Good.
But if you had to walk away, it still reads, well, I feel that way sort of no matter what's there. There it is. And,
I see how I'm not doing shapes the way I want to do them.
oh yeah?
Yeah. Yeah.
So do you think you'll work on it more or just try that in another sketch?
I think I'd work on this more, just even out some. I see it in reverse better than I do up close. Isn't that weird?
Yeah, but it happens, right? Or
does
it looks like
help.
doing something upside down.
Mirrors or something. Chrissy, do you have a dog named Willow?
No, but you know who does? Brenda McCloskey.
Okay, because here's Chrissy's special dog.
I remember that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You
Oh
see
yes, from our class.
it? Okay. So I'm pulling out my book again, guys.
All right, good.
Good.
Look, Bluebird Margaret's class. So it was in August.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. See, I put it away.
I'm so glad. Get it out. Use it. I'm so glad. Put
Oh,
more sketches in.
I'm sure you are.
Yes, it makes me so happy.
I'll paste in my sketches for today. Oh, remember the bad bluebird? Oh, that was fun. Look at the bad bluebird.
Oh, I like him.
Oh, it's beautiful, and I think it's a
It was bad.
hummingbird.
What
Oh,
was it?
sorry. Hummingbird. This
Bird.
wonderful plump little hummingbird.
Yeah,
I did an extra bad one, same kind.
Yeah, I did a lot of those too. My hummingbird was good.
So
remember
I sent this along in one of my emails, and some of you have seen it
Oh, I love that.
that.
many times before.
Mm.
So
What is?
Oh, wow.
I love that. Yeah.
I love that too.
and I wish I had included the reference photos. I must not have had them handy. But what made these figures somewhat easy, the reason I drew them is because the light was coming from the left and her legs were in shadow. So I was looking for just simple shadow and light and shadow side. And
Oh,
this I just wanted to show, trying to find the underlying shapes.
can I just, ooh.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, did you want
Yeah, I
me-
wanted to see that one again.
You got it. Which one?
The one that one and the next one, the one that you just put up of the little girl that I never saw. So,
Okay. I think in last night's email, I think this is a PDF.
That is? I don't remember that. That came last night.
Ooh, okay.
I think that was in the August class, wasn't it? I do remember seeing those.
I don't remember that.
I don't either.
Okay, I want to check. I might not have managed to press send on that last night or to include it in the, let's see, I'll just check real quick because I'll send it out. Images, Luca, third. Oh, no, look at me. All this other stuff, but I do not see a PDF. Oh, wait, is it there? Figures, watercolor, aha! Monday, demonstration, Susan, planning, I plan, figure beaches. No, okay, I'm gonna send it then. It's just a PDF, a watercolor. Because I know a lot of you have seen it before, but I send it again, beach figures.
Hey, I'm starting a Margaret Owen sketchbook. I mean, I'm finishing a Margaret Owen sketchbook.
Like how many pages?
I don't know how long we've
I
done that.
meant how many pages are left?
Oh, how many pages? Oh, probably maybe 30.
Okay. So there is a significant, I was wondering if you'd be done sometime like soon, like today. Okay, I am.
These things we've done. It is wonderful to have a book. So then you
Isn't
know.
it? And then you can look back on it. So
Yeah.
I did just resend this to you all.
Oh, I love that.
Good.
It reminds me of my granddaughter.
Oh, and that's what, I mean, they might even be, I think one of those is Deb Drinker's granddaughter.
Oh, I think it might be.
I'm looking for something else I'd like to share. I would like to, oh, there's so many cool things. So I'm going to minimize her. And
Okay. Okay, let me see. Oh, yes, you did send them all. Great.
Armfield, I
Putting
think.
all these things in here. This is fun.
Yeah, it's like a little treasure.
Yes, it is.
I think I'm hunting around for where I put the Diana Armfield video.
Oh, goody.
And
Really a good painter. Now that I've tried to copy her.
and I can send, I think in that beach sketch in the PDF at the top, there's a link to different figure sketches on this movable paint box blog. So you can peruse that. I'm gonna go into, let's see, YouTube art class related. Oh, no, that's it. Diana Armfield. And I say Armfeld a lot, but it's Armfield. It's spelled like Armfield. Please show me. It's the one I'm looking for. Is it this one?
Field. What does RWS mean?
Don't know. Oh, Royal Watercolor Society? That's what it is.
Okay.
And I think that this is the one. There's a couple, but I think this little 6-minute video. And I'll see if we can watch it.
There's an amazing amount online, isn't there?
Yes.
Yeah.
I like to know what's meaning it. Unlike a lot of people who say they don't know what they're doing until it evolves, I must see it as a composition.
I'm sorry, I'm pausing it there just to repeat because it was hard to hear at the first. She said, I like to know what I'm aiming at. Unlike a lot of people, that's what she said. I like to know what I'm aiming at.
People who say they don't know what they're doing until it evolves, I must see it as a composition. It's a mixture, as usual, of starting with watercolor, going on with pastel, and then returning with a bit more gouache. So it's
Did you start it? Did you start this in situ, or is this done from drawing?
no, from several drawings. Yes, I don't work in watercolor on the spot because I think watercolor is more of a translation than either oils or pastels. That it is a very particular language. I mean, there are many languages, but you really do have to turn it into the language of watercolor. When I'm working on the spot, such a big element is immediate response, and not, I mean, the translation is unconscious. I think with watercolor, for me, it has to be conscious. I need to be quietly in the studio, thinking and doing it. When the boys grew up, this side of the room became my studio. But all the drawing is, in fact, watercolor.
Using a pen.
Using doesn't work awfully well, but I'm fond of it. It was my grandfather's. I work an awful lot in artificial light.
Do you? Yes. And at all times of day?
Yes.
Do you feel that you've got to get up in the morning and get going straight away?
Oh, well, no, that's another story. I am 90, so the real working time is after the reviving cup of tea, after the rest, till supper. 2 hours, 2.5 hours, most days. The only time it was all day long, and this is why we went on with the painting trips abroad. And they're treasured both at the time and in memory. I used to write the diary that goes with the painting trip. Sometimes almost complete, sometimes just a start to finish in the
Barry!
came back. In fact, I reckoned to come back with enough starts to occupy the winter. That was the idea.
Yes.
So we'd go with 40 panels perhaps in the back of the car, of different toned grounds, different sizes, different proportions. Some would be finished on the spot. And of course, those ones would set the key of the colour of that particular trip. Venice was every year for many years, and one always thought on leaving that one would do that, which I didn't have time to do.
Yes.
And when you get back, it's a different Venice.
Exactly.
Every time. The journal that I keep when we go abroad, that's a help, because it conjures it all up again.
Yes. And words trigger off images.
Yes. To have actually made a comment about a colour or a rhythm or whatever, that does help fix it.
Yes.
So a conversation is very useful. I'm fond of the Royal Watercolour Society. I always enjoy meetings. I think there's something a little bit special about the membership. I think they enjoy each other's company. And that's useful because you can actually talk about painting.
If you went back to teaching, do you think there's anything you would want to emphasize?
To spend a lot of time looking and drawing. I think drawing, you absorb far more than you know, because you really are looking at it. It gives you time to absorb the smells of the herbs and the bird song, all the things that go with sitting outside painting.
Yes.
Encouraging looking at the relationships between one object and another, so that they're looking at it as it actually is.
Yes.
I think would be my great piece of advice.
I liked her advice, drawing. You observe far more than you know. One other thing, I want to say is that when she mentioned the painting trips, that's why, and I guess it's all come, Elizabeth and I going on these painting trips it's just priceless. And that's why we would go, so that we would have lots and lots of time to think about painting and drawing together. And to go to museums and draw together. It's just, and as Diana Armfeld was saying, it lives on, and I'm sure you all, it lives on in your mind as much as it's as great a memory as an experience. What did you all think of that?
Wonderful.
I love
Very inspirational, because I never think of going to a museum and sketching.
Oh,
So that would be new in a couple of years when the museum's open again.
yeah. And let's
He really spoke from experience, lots of it, and was able to express it so well, so simply too, what the process is.
I love how she explained, he goes, when you get up in the morning, do you go straight off? Do you just get moving? And she said, well, what did she say? She was 90?
Yeah.
And she said, I kind of like to have my tea. And
the reviving cup of tea. I like.
Yes, yes.
And please keep reflecting. I was pulling up, I love this little group of 3 figures. Really, there's another girl back here, but I just can't, there's maybe even like, anyway, but I love this group of 3 figures. And the group of 3 figures is part of this bigger group. With this guy who, you know, it's a little creepy, but sort of perfect looking right at the camera. And with the Nike of 7th race back there. And this group looking over at like, I don't know, like Raft of the Medusa or something. And this guy, so many great figures. So I sent that to you all in case you want a whole bunch of figures to tackle. Oh gosh, maybe, I think maybe I'll leave it up and you can pick from it for now. And I'm going to turn my little camera back on. And I was thinking about the 3 figures in the middle in this more gestural way. And I did put it in this little sketchbook because, as I said, I'm not as comfortable sorting things out in the heavy duty sketchbook. Maybe if I'd been drawing a lot of figures, but I really haven't been drawing figures much at all lately. So this makes me feel very comfortable. And I was thinking about the midline of the young man in front. I just love the family with their kind of that young man leaning into his father practically. But so if this is just a little bit of a sketch, but I don't want to leave it here. I would like to add a little bit more. So let's see, dark behind his head, shoulders doing this. Even his foot. Funny way he's standing on the back leg. Did that video, did you see the video and did it totally win you over to sketchbooks?
Oh, yes, definitely.
Little, not that she's little, but just smaller. Okay. Kind of fun. One side of his leg. So, and I am kind of thinking about it for me. Thank you. What would you say? Would you say his center of gravity is there or more there?
Looks pretty good, I think.
Okay. And he's leaning forward. I feel like I want to put it back here, but it seems like he's leaning closer to his toes. I don't know. And her knee is really bent because I think that's her knee. But again, there's another child back there.
Yes. I see one.
And
A lot of feet than heads.
what did you say? Can you repeat that, Marianne?
A lot more feet than
Yeah. Yeah, and there's like the wife is over here. I think I took a gazillion photographs. I usually do. And I thought, oh, I can mix these together to get the wife and the youngest child. But then I didn't want to overwhelm myself when I was processing the videos. But I really like how we can kind of see that.
10 sneakers there.
Will you say that one more time?
There are 10 sneakers down there.
I love the way this child's, like her top leg is going like that, or thigh, and then her lower leg is there, and you can see, maybe not now that I've got but that her ankle is kind of, twisted out like that. It would be a really cool thing to draw, like that ankle, the bottom of the sneaker and the ankle there. We'll just find. One of the neat things about the trips that Elizabeth and I take is now it's all flooding in, but like we'll go back, we'll draw at the apartment together. And so we'll maybe draw from photographs sometimes, or from memory, or from drawings, but we get to talk about the people we see or the people we saw, or find the things that we both took photographs of. And then I get to see how she draws them and paints them. Where's the middle of
How nice to have a colleague you can really learn together.
Oh, it's heaven. It's just like the best, like the smartest thing I've done. It's just heaven. Okay. I'm just gonna kind of block in. I'm like, okay, well, because I keep looking down and there's no drawing happening. So what if I sort of darken where I think his legs might be? It's funny, I'm sort of doing that tugging at his shirt for some reason. Self-conscious adolescent things, perhaps. And this elbow, oh, it's cool just even to see the relationship elbow to elbow. And down there somewhere, maybe. Dad's elbows going out, but where's the back of this? I put the son's head a little high, maybe because it's real close to the shoulders. That was a lusty bark. I'm very interested to see. It seems like you guys are making wonderful drawings. I don't feel like I'm giving much instruction. It seems like you're doing fine without it. Yeah, I'm looking for shapes in relationship to each other. So like if I can get this shoulder and the back of his head, the young man's head. I'm gonna mute Izzy. I know that but I'll have to remember to unmute her. Doing a lot of work outside.
Oh, yeah, she's got a big project going.
Yeah, it sounded pretty intense.
It is. It's very intense.
Oh, figures. So my plan was, I wanted to show you how I might tackle that whole shebang, all those pictures, and what if I just did? But I thought, well, maybe I try to find a little bit more satisfaction in this one. Just linger a little longer. Gosh, it's his head. You can see that we only see a tiny sliver of his face right there with the young man, and but even here, it's so hard for me not to give him more face. Like, I see face, so I'm going to draw a lot of it. But what I am going to do is give him more hair. See if that helps to make his face smaller. And I don't want to make a big deal about his face because it's not a big deal, but I know it's there. There's a little bit of glasses. His sister's head's right over there. Head's in the light, but then the shadow. Oh, I kind of, bless you. I want to pretend that you can see her face looking over toward the artwork too, even though I have no idea. But maybe her hair sort of hints at that. I got too big there. Elbows, elbows, all these elbows. See. Just put in the dark wedge of her sneak. Oh, I guess she's got a light wedge at the bottom, but sometimes if I'm just seeing a heel, I'll turn that heel into a wedge shape. I guess it looks like a hook, but, and maybe there we see a little of the side of the wedge. I don't know if that reads like really much of anything at all. I mean, they're shorts or dark. I've made them into more of a skirt. Give it a little trunk, a little leg. And then I wonder where the photo is with Mom. You can imagine Mom out here. Maybe Mom's wearing a backpack. I'm just guessing. I thought, what would make this shape interesting? Because Dad's elbow goes way, way out, and his hands are up so high, hands up high, elbow way out there. So we really, and then, oh, okay, so maybe, where would I put his elbow? I don't know. Lumbar spine has dark t-shirt on it, and even his hand is sort of in the dark, but it's definitely fanning out. Oh, I forgot my sort of plumb line, so dark sneakers might help. Just this foot shape. Oops, I think I moved my foot back. Maybe. Okay. I feel like I would like to. I know. I'd like to show you, but I'm kind of afraid it will come to nothing. But still, in the interest of bravery, what would I do if I wanted to do all of this? If I wanted to get this whole thing on here, again, as an experience more than any kind of success, maybe I would think, okay, I know there's an arch over there, and Nike back there, Nike. Who says Nike? Who says Nike?
Nike.
Anybody, or I heard one Nike. Everybody Nike?
Is it Nikkei in Greek?
I think so. And for some reason, I think of it like when I think of the sculpture, well, I'm just never sure how to pronounce it.
It's Nike.
Okay, thank you.
The people that make it call it Nike.
So then I think, okay, there's this, I so many of these figures. This figure in the hat over here. I think because he seems so sturdy. Not sure why and I might even include his. I'm gonna make sure. Oops. I muted you for a moment, and now I tried to unmute you, but I can't.
Am I unmuted now?
Yes.
Yes.
You unmuted me. You muted me. I was talking to the guy who did my terrace, who came back to look at it.
How's
Or-
it going?
You'll be surprised next week. I'll show it to everybody.
Oh, good.
He's done a great job, but I don't know how. It's quite amazing. It's horrible.
Sorry, I shouldn't laugh at your troubles. I'm not laughing. at your
Be
troubles.
careful. Never do a terrace. You never know what's going to be underneath it.
Oh,
I'm making my book, though. I like that.
Tell us more when you say making your book.
Well, I'm cutting up all the pictures from August and putting them in my book. So now I really do have a Margaret Owen sketchbook.
Whoa.
I want to say it. Izzy, go.
Whoa.
Oh,
Oh, I gave him a big butt. His butt is not
I
that.
know, me too.
Well, it's such a focal point, like that lumbar spine curve. And it's easy to focus on. Where's the middle? Oh, so maybe this gets moved. I thought I'd find kind of, show me the middle. You won't show me the middle one. Oh, I'll lift you up. I was trying to find the quadrants of the picture because I'm trying to, and I think I'll use color to help me find my way around this. So I'm even, it doesn't look very nice in the picture, and it could be anything in my picture, but I see the hallway that the Nike is in as sort of yellow. So I could just, the idea of quick sketch, just make it yellow back there. And maybe I'd make a quick idea like, okay, can I make a little cartoon Nike with dark wing and light wing? And look at the shape. Looks like a butterfly. Anyway, I'll just leave that kind of butterfly shape back there to remind me that's what's happening. And just want to know with this ghastly yellow, and he's going to be Are you laughing at you?
I'm laughing at the big butt on the man with the gray ponytail.
Gray ponytail.
He doesn't, that's his wife's head.
Oh, yeah, it does look like a ponytail.
He does have a ponytail.
Who? This guy?
Yeah.
That's somebody else's head back there.
Oh, it is? Oh, I thought it was his ponytail.
This'll help.
Oh, you're right. He doesn't have a ponytail.
But I want to see your guy with the ponytail.
Well, I just erased it.
Oh.
I have to fix it now. I have to make that another head.
What I was thinking for a moment is what I like about this dude is,
Because that's really all you see of that person is a head.
yeah, that, and maybe I think Marianne found her shoes too.
Not
Oh,
things-
yeah, those white ones. I see them now. Ooh,
I like this guy over on the, and I thought I'd just draw the guy in the hat over on the far right because he reads so much like how we'd expect a figure to read. I don't know, like his head's going that way, his neck's going that way, his torso. I'm exaggerating.
oh, yeah, wow. This is fun.
I think that, I think it is. I think
It's like a puzzle.
definitely.
And this poor unfortunate mother has no chin.
Excuse me for a sec. I have to let repair person in.
Yeah. What happened to me? I understand that.
The person or the dog out, right? How's everybody's dogs?
My dog is back in because the cement with the bricks can burn her feet. So
Oh,
told me
Is she
keep her in.
okay?
Oh no, she's fine. She never got burned
Oh.
because you made me put her back in so fast. I love making a book. I think making a book's easier than drawing it, which of course it is.
Well, it's like your inchies, Izzy.
Yes, it is.
does the club ever have sketchbook making classes? Like
Yeah,
Barbara Breed, I mean, Betsy.
we'll do. Well, not making the book, they, a journaling class. Liva,
Yeah.
who does it?
Ray Goff.
Take off.
And sometimes, I know Betsy Breed has done it with her, but she's outside of that class made her own journals. And I keep thinking between the paper makers and the journal, like that maybe they do a journal making, like make the actual.
Yeah, that would be a good idea. I think it'd be fun to make the papers. They say it's fun.
Is anybody in the class? I know we talked about this and then I forgot. Are any of you in the paper making class?
No. But it would be fun.
I heard from a student in the phone workshop, the iPhone workshop, that she loved the first paper making session. She said it was just great and she loved it. I was surprised because I thought that could be hard to do online. How do you make your own paper
Yeah,
in-house? But she said it was great.
I went to an art club lecture last night with an artist that is very well thought of, a Salamagundi artist. He does beautiful paintings. You couldn't hear a word he said. He had his mask on. It was ridiculous. It was sad. I felt, it was sad.
Oh, no. And were you late or did you get there on time?
No, I was on time, but
Oh, good.
you just couldn't understand him. You could see he painted a picture as we were there, which was nice. So, but you couldn't understand him. And we told him to talk louder, but he wouldn't. Anyway, so be careful of giving a lecture, Margaret, with your mask.
I will.
I don't think it's worth it.
I like the zooming. I mean, even though I know we're all tired of looking at screens.
I love Zooming. I
love Zooming.
I think it's the new thing. Honestly do.
I wish we could see the guy at the far left too, but I do think we could imagine him to be a lot like our guy at the far right. Except I think he's closer to us in space, and well, it's manageable. But we could imagine that he's got that same posture, sort of like torso going that way, hips going this way, neck, head. I don't know if that's helpful at all, but and his one leg back. Okay, maybe not so helpful, but it's something over here. And then her. Grr. I also, you're probably doing this, I sort of line up like whose head is level with whose. This fellow seems very tall. This woman in the foreground is the tallest. So I'm keeping an eye on whose head is where. Oh, and really here. And so I'm trying to see within a few minutes how much information can I get. I love her hand pointing into the picture.
I didn't leave room for that guy. I wish I had.
That's okay.
Oh, shoot.
We're finding out as we go.
Oh, good.
Wow. Margaret, we have filled up a whole book almost with your stuff.
Yay.
Yeah. Wow.
The idea, it's fill up books, lots of books.
I'm gonna do marbles for homework. I like everybody's marbles. I'm gonna do that and see if I can do them.
Really fun.
I had no idea I had done so much.
Oh, good. I think maybe that's one of the reasons I like the sketchbooks, because I can.
You can see.
Right.
No, really, and I haven't thrown the thing away. And it puts it all in one place, of course.
The chronology too.
Yes.
Oh, that's fun.
So smart.
And I'm thinking again about our pictures, our paintings in the painting, and how, as you said, Marianne, that verticals, you keep the verticals vertical. So, and I'm looking for whose head they line up with, although in this case,
So that guy with the sweater, about there.
now I'm looking, what guy with a sweater?
Right, he has black pants. I think you already did him. I
Oh,
haven't gotten there yet.
this guy, is he wearing a backpack on his front?
I can't tell. Yeah, I guess. He has a sweater over his shoulders. He has sweatpants on, I think.
Yeah, I like your sweater over his shoulders. I think, is it this guy?
Yeah.
I think he's got the backpack that he's wearing at the front, but the idea
Oh, you're right. I didn't
sweater
notice.
sounds a little bit more graphically satisfying.
I think I'm leaving him out.
Or we should put a baby in his, well, we just put a little smile on his face and a baby in his backpack, like, but not in
There
his
you go.
backpack, a baby carrier.
Right. I think I'm just leaving my family in the middle.
Okay.
I got rid of all those people.
And that's fine. I thought, well, what if I were being really brave, what would I do? Sometimes I invent colors. So I'll put somebody in a bright colored thing. Yeah.
I always joke with Alice that maybe I was supposed to be a cartoonist. Maybe that's why everything I do looks cartoony. Because maybe that's what I'm supposed to be.
I don't agree with that, Barbara.
I don't know who I am yet, but
Not sure I agree, or I get pulled in a lot of different directions, like what's wrong with cartoony? And that a lot of simple, anyway.
well, I'm trying to work on shapes and perspective. I have gotten looser, but can I just show you what I haven't put any color on this yet, and I don't want to put any more people in.
Ooh, upcoming.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
I love that, Barbara.
But see,
It really looks great.
But now I'll add color. It's like my cooking. If I add heat, I ruin it.
Well,
It's just who I am.
you could trace it and then color in the tracing so that you had a
Tracing over it and paint the tracing.
do that. I was thinking of ways, so if you feel like do it again and color the second one.
I could do that. Maybe I'll just put a suggestion of color.
That's a good idea. Another, yeah, Another idea would be that you could sort of start again, having thought through it drawing wise, and just start with color and a few lines and do a second version with new eyes.
I could do that.
And then I think, see if you, oh no, Pat is waiting. But is Trish in this class?
Trish? 4 year? Yeah, she is.
How long were you waiting, Trish?
Oh, I totally forgot. And then I thought, oh, let me go. About 5 minutes, not much.
Oh, good. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sure, I'll show Trish. She'll be frightened. We're looking at this, and I was talking about, well, how could we just draw all this stuff?
Yikes.
But would anybody like to sort of share how it's going for them, or even if it's to like throw yourself in front of the bus and say, "Here, it's awful."
I can go with the throw yourself in front of the bus.
I've got all right. And then I'll come to Jay.
I need to see the bus again.
This is great.
Actually, I like that.
No, that's good.
That.
You got the shape and you got his butt right.
And then this,
Right.
Yeah.
excellent. Okay, I'm gonna keep going. Jane, you had yours up. Would you be so kind as to look at that?
That's great.
Oh yeah, you got that other guy too with the funny bucket hat.
And the sense of space.
Did you say, Marianne, the part of his face?
No, I said it even captures the depth, the sense of space in the room, the perspective.
Yeah.
With very little manages to do that.
How do we convince Trish that she shouldn't run screaming from the room? Because
So I won't run screaming because I'm not going to be doing it.
Let's see.
That's too hard.
We have some other things. So some of us, you saw, we're just doing these 3 figures here. And you might have gotten my email, Trish, where I sent some simple figures. You could trace these, Trish. I think when
I am just an observer. Trust me, I am not going to be doing this.
What about, but you have your tracing paper?
No, I'm actually not even at my studio.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll try to stop, but I also
want to be a silent bystander.
What if you have like just the back of an envelope from the recycle bin and you drew circles?
I just want to watch.
Okay. All right. I'll stop. All right. I just found this.
I made a book this time, so it's okay if you watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we talked about this figure on the right, how he sort of looking at his, I got him a little off balance, but thinking about this torso, hips, legs, and where the weight, the center of gravity is for each of the figures. And I was noticing this is a thing we see a lot. So the direction of the head, then the neck, then the shoulders when somebody's looking at something. I guess they see a lot of things a lot of times, but it's the same thing in this guy. His head's looking up, his neck's going that way, his torso's going that way. So my challenge to myself was, if I were doing this quickly, what would I choose to show? Maybe I would make a few marks of blue for different people wearing blue stuff. So if I thought, well, I don't have all the time in the world to get this right, I'll put this guy's blue shirt on, trying to his arm, or maybe I'd go in with some of their flesh because that would show things. But dark legs, with our young man in the front is. He doesn't make dark everything like his shirt. And then his head looking over here. I have And the back of his dad's head's kind of dark over there. And our guy we want to make carrying a baby instead of just looking sullen. Baby, we'll put baby somewhere. Oh, I guess baby wearing a baby carrier. Maybe up there more. Maybe that just looks weird.
I think I'm finished with mine.
Let's see. And right, we've been dragging this on forever. I have. Oh, look at that. Yeah.
Look at you.
Oh, wow.
I'm trying to keep it loose. I have the hardest time with this. Where is the camera? There it is.
There
Here.
you
Yep, hold it still.
Ah,
Wow, a lot in there.
Oh, you did great, Luz.
Oh, yeah.
wonderful impression of that very busy scene.
yeah, I thought, you know what, if I get too detailed, it's gonna look muddy and, too much. So
Right. I like how you did it. You got the good shades too, the shadows.
Wonderful restraint simplification.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. I'm so glad you went for it.
Lovely.
me too. It's sometimes you overload us with things so that we loosen up, and I think that's what happened with me.
Oh,
just
okay, good. Yeah, it's like I'm overloading. Now, does that mean, do we need to switch it up? How are people feeling in that compulsive, like, I am not done and I have to keep working on this, but I am also not having a good time?
I say that.
I'm still working on it.
Okay. I certainly got room. Gail, do you have other things you can have a look
Yeah,
at?
I've been working on this. I found a really cool sketch of a French man. So I've been working on that intermittently while we're in between.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll just put my little.
Margaret, I have a question.
Yes.
When you're doing, skin tone and things like that, what I'm playing around with colors, but what do you typically use for like the skin tones? Does it? I mean, I'm sure it varies, but
I usually use a yellow, red, and a blue. 5 degrees. And now that you've said that, I think, okay, I'm gonna need cleaner water. So that's the first thing I'm gonna start with, is cleaner water. I think my other skin tone advice, or practice, I should say, practice would be, I try to paint everything else because I find the skin difficult. So I'll paint around it, like what's the dark stuff around it. So I'll paint the other things, but I also don't want to leave it as the bright of the page if it's not bright. But I paint around the skin and I think of it as a value. And then it's some version of yellow, red, and blue, although of course that is so what does that even mean? Now, if I'm, and they're so tiny, but they're not really tiny, because if I was in this little tiny book, that's not tiny. So my yellow has a lot of green in it right now, or blue, and maybe that's okay, because I just said it's red, yellow, and blue. I tend to reach for a little bit of the white paint, because whatever it is that it does. And then I'm kind of randomly picking at this red. I don't have a clear-cut method. And maybe just the yellow and this little bit of like the cad yellow or cad red light. With the white, that looks like this. Very yellow. Okay, so maybe I could even try the Opera Rose, more of a crimson. And then what happens if I go over here and I want to pick up just a tiny bit of blue? See what happens there. It just looks kind of icky. Needs more red still. Not that much red. This is how I paint flesh. And then And then of course it depends, like I was thinking she looked, and I've already done, this is my flesh for her. That's this, that mark there is supposed to be her hand. It doesn't look anything like her hand, but she looks pink. So nobody really looks this pink, but let me try. This is such kind of generic flesh. I also have to, I think when I paint flesh, I have to do a lot of letting go of criticism, because I'll think, well, that's just generic flesh. How can you even say flesh when there's so many? But I think, be quiet and mix up the colors. So I mixed up a kind of generic flesh with white and a little bit of one or both of the yellows and then some of the red. It looks like I picked this red right in the middle right red. But then now I've left because, and it's way too pink and dark because he's kind of light and pale. Maybe I could blot my brush and lift it off. I think I want it to not be the white of the page, except maybe the top of his elbow, but I've lost his elbow altogether, so that's and I think, well, if nothing else, maybe I can just get the value kind of right. Sometimes in the shadows, it looks kind of purpley. I will bear with me because I'm going to make it disappear for a moment, but just for a moment, let's see what I did here. It's barely there. Okay, it's not purple. I used orange, little purple under in the shadow of that girl. That's it. What about in them? Purples in the shadows, sort of yellow, red, orange up there. Okay, I'll make that go away.
Mm-hmm.
So this is not a correct, well, I could make it a little pinker. The sister looks a little pinker to me over there. Where is she? She's somewhere there. And I like the idea that maybe we're seeing a little tiny part of her face, even though I can't. Oh, and I could always, if I feel too overwhelmed with that one, I could come over here. Might have been smart to erase out where I wanted his light skin, but that's okay. Sometimes the ears are so wonderfully pink. Anybody else have thoughts on how you're approaching flesh?
Yeah.
Tell us.
I just tried that, Margaret. That was good. A good tutelage.
What did you do, please?
I just mixed the yellow, the red, and I guess it was ultramarine blue. Is that what you used?
I think that's what I stuck with. I was a little afraid of that warm blue. I thought it might make everything really green.
No, that was good.
I got excited. I thought, oh, I can paint her hair sort of golden. It doesn't look really golden, but I'm in the little book and avoid, oh well. So what if I wanted you to make this look like this? I can always just put some words on it. I'd really like to know, but I don't want to, what the painting is on the left. I don't think it is the raft of the Medusa, but it would be fun to then write it down. We know that's the Nike back there. Thinking if I could just put a few more colors of clothes, or maybe more pants, more sort of bluey brown pants to mark that we know there are figures walking around this place. There's a guy behind here. I think the guy's in the wrong place, but I'll just, and even the sneaker, little dark shapes. Dad's pants. What's happening over here? His arm. It's hard not to make the dad's butt stick out. Maybe I just need to give him another leg back there. This leg. Good sneakers. I guess I'm thinking how I'm grateful. I take what I can get. For example, looking at the son's sneakers here, I feel like I can see the shape. Oops. Easier said than shown, but there's the shape of his sneaker on the left is fairly straightforward. That wedge that does that, and the sneaker on the right, it kind of goes down. Or who knows, maybe I should try to describe it, but I'm grateful for this little shape. There'd be a lot of things I can't figure out at all, but these little bits that do seem to make sense. I'm grateful for that. Dad sneakers are, oh, but now that I'm drawing kids sneakers, I think I made it gigantic, and because that would mean Dad's sneaker would be way out here, which means Dad would be way out there. Because all their sneakers are like the same kind. I'm drawing the sneakers through everything. I'll bring it up. There, Dad's sneakers here. I'm not really doing a good job with the whole get it all painted in. Put this back here after all. I move back and forth between pencil and watercolor because I feel like it helps. Just sometimes I think I don't know what else to do with the watercolor, and I move to the pencil, and vice versa. And I definitely am not like Diane Armfield, because she was saying she never works in watercolor when she's on the spot, and I think I do the opposite. I really like to work in watercolor on the spot. And I don't know how it's going to come out before I start. Like, I do need to like let it unfold before me. I made the girls short green just for fun, and I will try again.
Margaret, that's why I took this class. I really want to learn to do that more, and I need to discipline myself because I love that you do that.
So I think that reminds me that in the summer when we were doing plein air, like people would go out and do like an on-the-spot sketch for 5 or 10 minutes and then come back, but we would be forced a small time. And so I found that to be a very helpful thing to see people have small chunks of time to do something on the spot. How is everybody doing? Everybody's doing. They're still really into it. Can I? Yeah.
I quit. I mean, I just stopped. I'm fatigued.
Yes. Let's see.
But I did, on the break, I did a little quick sketch.
Would you like to show it to us?
Sure. I tried to do the watercolor.
Oh, the Izzy one. Yeah.
Oh, love it.
Beautiful.
Oh.
I can't wait to see what you do with your right hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Probably not as good.
It's hard to believe.
I don't think so.
I would, if possible, or I would like to suggest that you set this aside and we do something else. You can, of course, stay with it if you want to, and but I think I was thinking something like that, like what if we do a 5-minute?
Yeah, 5 minutes.
Oh, I'd love to do that.
We'll do it too. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, maybe, but with this family, I want to put some hint of painting. So maybe it's overkill. You know, they're all looking at something and maybe we don't need to know what they're looking at.
Are we supposed to be doing the flowers in 5 minutes?
Yeah, if you like, or anything, you know, you might look around, anything you like, look around your house and do a little something, or do another painting that you see. You could Google Diana Armfield and do a different set of Diana Armfield flowers.
These are her flowers?
These are her flowers.
Oh, good. I can put them on her page.
Yes.
Margaret, can I go and I had to stop and talk to my terrace man. So can I go back on and listen to that video somehow?
Oh yes, I think that if you Google, I can send you a copy. I think if you Google Diana Armfield,
yep,
it's going to be the only 6-minute video you see. You'll see.
Okay,
a couple,
if
but
you could do that for me. Just tell me, just Google or send the name and I will go look. I don't want to do it that way. I want to do it this way.
We'll go to YouTube. Yeah, here it is. I want to share. And I'm going to share it. Oh, it will make me type in everybody's name. So let's see.
Maybe everybody'd like it.
Yeah, I was going to send the label. I won't. Sometimes I can email everybody all at once, but not now. Not from my phone.
Okay.
Well, and this makes me, because of the lines and seeing Elizabeth's work in this little book, I think of how Elizabeth might find use a straight edge to find the edge of the tabletop. I love the way this little vessel is hanging off the edge of the tabletop.
That's pretty.
I know.
What is that? Is
That's
that your
my
phone?
phone.
Oh, it's so pretty.
I'm in the middle of the watercolor. What's up? exciting. Okay, thanks. All right, that was exciting.
Want to share or be left alone?
Oh, no, 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 that was just someone calling me to tell me that they're going to be filling in the opening for my septic system. Isn't that exciting?
Oh, yeah.
That is exciting.
Sort of like if
Eddie. Ed.
I'm going for the very lightest parts of the flowers since it's so hard to make much sense out of them because the reds are so close in value.
Yeah. Wow, this is a challenge.
Oopsie, and that's darker than I meant for it to be. I'm gonna go for that dark purpley red in the middle. I'm gonna see what the darkest red I can possibly get is. And I could always add a little bit of blue if I wanted to make it even darker. Here we go, and then blot, blot, blot. What's gonna happen here? Move that dark a little more, everything. But I don't want to shut down all the lights in the page either. I just want some dark reds. Dark red up there, and then the greens are so dark. What are other people going for as you're painting this? Is there a sort of first thing you went for?
Just the base. I don't know why, but
I'm trying to just do quick impressions of the color.
Nice.
And not worry too much about it, which is hard for me.
I think that's a great approach. It helped, that moved me along a little bit, like, yeah, let's go along a little faster. With less concern.
And I just now saw that glass. I didn't see that glass before.
The little black thing?
Yeah, I didn't even see it.
After working on it yesterday in still life class, it seems clear that it's a film canister.
Oh, well.
Don't you think?
Really?
Yeah, definitely.
Mostly because the cap looks like a, what does it look like to you, Marianne?
It actually does now that you say that, the little gray cap. I remember the old film.
Oh, my goodness.
Cans. All right, I'm wet on this.
All right, are you done? It is 11:56, so before, what I was going to do is you could write Diana Armfield, D-I-A-N-A, just one N, A-R-M-F-I-E-L-D, so, or after. And I think this one is just called Nasturtiums, but
Nasturtiums? Oh, my goodness.
I have it right over there in a book. So I'll look up the year too. Something close to it. Give us a year. 2010, we'll say. 2010. Okay, now I want to come and see how you're all doing. How are you all doing?
Here I am, but I did it before, so.
Oh, but so this is another go? Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, but Izzy, that's really
Izzy, I love it.
nice.
wow, that's gorgeous.
It was fun to do it.
I'm going to be fast because we only have a couple more. Oh, look, I vanished. because we only have a couple more minutes, I'm going to kind of race around. Barbara, I see. Oh, look at that. Wonderful.
Barbara.
Good.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, it was quick, wasn't it?
Was. James, how about you? Do you
Oh,
have
I didn't.
Okay, you're rested.
I didn't do it again. I did something else.
Oh,
Yeah,
right. You already. Do you want to share what you did do?
Oh, okay. Okay, I just found something. I just did this man.
Oh, good shading.
Shadows.
Dee Dee, what did you do?
I worked on this guy with the hat for a little while.
Yeah, look at in the family.
Great.
And then I just started doing this and just got some of it done.
Yeah. Beautiful sketch. I love how they come out each all their own as their own sketch pages. Cherry, how are you?
Well, I kept on the museum.
Good girl.
Nice.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Wow.
Yeah, that's great.
Perfect, that man. Good job.
And Marianne, how about you?
I was called away, so I didn't get to do the museum crowd, and my 2 little girls in the museum were too sopping wet, so I let those dry.
Oh,
Wow.
Good. Oh, you even got the portrait.
you did.
Oh,
And
That's
the
incredible.
postures are beautiful.
And then I just tried just now.
Oh, great.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Fast.
Okay, it's 11:59. Chris, how about you? How did it go? Oh, look at that.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh,
Wow.
Real fast. And then I did the guys again.
nice.
Nice.
Guys, this is like the greatest show on earth to me. It's like I put out this straw and you spin it into gold. Susan,
You're
how about
generous,
you?
Margaret.
I just started putting some paint on this.
Wow.
Pretty.
And yeah,
Sam did it. Yeah.
So these are my museum guys
Great.
over here, and then the
Oh, that's beautiful. I like
Oh, that's lovely.
thanks.
Great. Gail, are you there? Maybe called away.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Okay. All right. What do you think, Trish?
I think it's lovely. I just am amazed at what you all did in just that 5 minutes. I mean, it would have taken me 5 minutes to think of where to start.
It's because they've been slaving away for 3 hours straight.
Maybe so, but it's lovely. Oh my goodness, yes.
I agree.
I think it's a good challenge to have to do it quickly.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I
Barbara,
really
definitely.
agree. It takes away the head and brings in the emotion.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, because you know
Totally.
time constraint. Yep.
Did everybody, this morning, sometime around 8-ish, I sent an invitation for Monday. If you happen to be free, Monday from 10:30 to 11:30 or 12, Helen Uger is going to demonstrate for my pocket sketchbook class. And I tried to send an invitation to everybody.
We got it.
Okay, great.
Margaret, is it okay to come for part of that if we can't? Okay.
The trick that I'm worried about is I'm going to keep trying to check the waiting room.
Okay.
You've seen I'm not super great with that, so.
Okay. I'd probably be there for the first part. So.
Okay.
Can one of us help you with the waiting room or not?
I will look into that. I haven't been able to make a co-host.
Okay, because I do that with somebody else that I'm doing something with, where I watch the waiting room.
I will.
I'm
maybe
happy
you
to help.
Can you? And maybe you can watch the waiting room. Can you see the waiting room even when I'm? Maybe can you
No.
stay after class for 2 minutes?
Sure.
Okay, we'll talk about the waiting room. I'll see. So maybe I'll see some of you on Monday, and others in other classes, and maybe not till next week. But thanks for your wonderful pictures.
Well, thank you for letting me look at it all.
Trish, are you in Newport or are you away?
No, I'm at the beach in Virginia.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was going to see if you wanted to walk or something.
Oh, it's a gorgeous day. It was 84 yesterday.
Okay.
Barbara,
I'm back though.
I'm curious, Barbara, if I screen share, can you see the waiting room? I'm doing it now.
No, I don't.
Okay. All right. I'm going to stop screen sharing. I wonder how I can do that. And I'm just going to double check. Like,
And I don't know how she did it, but it's for an exercise class I take. And she's too busy getting ready, and so I do the waiting room.
I know I can get an account. If I upgraded my account, I can have a co-host. And I'll be making Helen.
Wait, does it make a noise? Oh, but I can't let them in.
And I don't know why it doesn't make a noise, but I'll ask Rebecca.
All right, ask Rebecca, because I'm happy to help on the classes I'm in.
Okay, thanks a lot. I appreciate
All right, thank you for today.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Thank you all so much. Have a great day.
Should we just work on more portraits?
Yes, and I'm gonna, well, you might not get it for a while. I have something to send. I really do. But more portraits or figures.
Figures, okay.
Yeah. What do you want to work on?
That is really good for me. I've been terrified to do faces and figures, so just going for it is really helpful.
Okay, go for faces and figures. I like working from art because they've already dealt with a lot. So you might want to work from some art, but also try your photographs. Susan, what do you want to work on?
Really the proportion of the figures is the hardest thing for me.
Oh, so in that, I would say, I'm looking around for my Cambiasos. I would even trace, I really would trace photographs. I would trace right from the photographs to get a feeling for it. Also for a feeling for when it feels wrong or the camera looks wrong. And I would trace the Cambiasos or just keep drawing from them.
I thought that was really interesting because especially the one I was doing was so abstract.
Hi, Sam.
Hi, thank you.
One more thing, sports pages, like sports figures. They're
okay.
Study, so.
Check it out.
What were you saying? Okay, bye. I guess it is time to go. Bye-bye.